Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Classroom of the Elite Season 2 episode number 8 reaction. Okay, the previous episode, a beginning of a new game. This time it is a bit more, I wouldn't say it's like, it's not complicated at all, but there's like two layers to it, so it's kind of interesting. Okay, before the game, we kind of had like the whole thing with Karuizawa and a new character called Sato, who I probably forgot, but she was probably just shown or introduced before in our class and I just forgot. But yeah, the spotlight has fallen onto her because she has actually confessed to Ayano, like not confessed, but like in a weird way she's like, oh, I can become your friend, and from there on, like from that point onwards, we'll see. That's her way of confessing, I guess. But anyways, that's happened and Karuizawa is getting bothered by it. And obviously while that was happening, like a new game or a test has been announced, where, like I said, it has two layers to it. The number one part is like the whole grouping system, where there'll be a a prior test to the original test, which will actually let us decide which characters will be grouped with which characters. A person who is better at academics will get grouped with a person who is not good at academics, and that's how it's going to happen. So obviously they can kind of tweak it, the people, that's what Horikita said, and if one group actually answers all correctly, one group doesn't answer at all, it's confirmed that those two groups will be will be grouped together, and like this. So we can, at some extent, we can kind of control that. What comes after that is the interesting part, where we are going to actually ask questions to some other class. There's also another thing going on over there, where it's if we are the only ones who asks the do the question paper for one class, then it's fine, they'll answer it. But if another class also tries to do that, there'll be a lottery, and the one who wins the lottery is going to get their answers to the question paper to the other class. So that's what's happening. So that's also kind of complicated, because if we try to get to one class, for example class C, and another class also does that, it becomes 50-50, because the lottery will happen. And then our question paper might end up going to class A, who's a lot better at academics than class C, which is going to completely defeat the purpose of the whole thing, and that'll be a problem. So that's also another thing we need to think about. And obviously the whole class point thing comes into question as well. The one who will win obviously will get class points and all that stuff. And that was that. Now we also got to know a little bit more of Kushida, where Horikita told us what actually happened, that something happened in the middle school that they went to, whole class completely went into meltdown. And because Horikita is from that school, Kushida wants no one in this school who is connected to his past life. So that's why she's trying to get her out of this class, not class, but this school. And yeah, so that was also that was all that. And in the end, we get to see when the grouping up happened. Sato has been grouped up with Anakoji, and obviously Kaiza is not happy with that. But yeah, let's see what happens. This is episode number 8. Yeah, this is episode number 8. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. The wound is at her heart. Oh boy, here we go. Is this Kushida? You know what I said in the previous episode? I kind of said I'm still having a little hope for Kushida, because maybe this happened because she was bullied or something. Wow, okay. I'll talk about this again later on. Teachers. Oh, Kushida's a teacher. Oh no, this is not good. Yeah? Wow. Ah. Like I said, I in the previous episode I also said this, that even with everything that Kushida is doing, you know, like I don't know, I feel like I try to give characters, like, you know, like chances, unless and until I realize that yeah, they're way beyond saving. So that's why I still have a little hope for Kushida, because we still don't know the reason why the whole meltdown in the other previous school happened. Like I said, the reasoning might be something which actually makes me change my mind about Kushida. Maybe she was bullied, you know, that's why that happened, or something else. So that's why I still am giving a little bit of, like, you know, like I'm keeping my judgment on hold about Kushida, unless and until I get the full picture out. I don't know, because I'm not sure about her. We'll see. I feel like 70 and 8 or 80% of the whole mystery is out about Kushida. There's still that 20% left, which I'm waiting for before actually trying to, like, you know, judge Kushida herself. So we'll see. Okay, let's see. Group 2. Oh, okay. Thank God she's not solely, like, you know, responsible for one group. Was that Ruin, huh? Ruin's like messaging you about the whole situation? Oh my God. Hasebe, Miyabe. Oh, okay. Yeah. Why not switch with some other group? Like, hmm. Oh yeah, he can do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's pretty smart, I think. Hmm. Hmm. Huh. Yeah. True. Yeah, like it's like a whole group thing. This is one thing that we've seen more about most of the games, that we need to be together. Wait. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, that's why. Oh my God. Look at Sakura. Wait, what about Sato? She's grouped with Anokoji, so invisible. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Well, that's a shame. Wait, he never hit it. You know, he never hit it. You didn't ask. That's it. All right. Oh boy, what's happening? Oh, is that guy from class A? No. Who's this? No, class C. Oh, never mind. Oh, okay. Wow, what? That's, yeah. True. No, it's not confirmed. Yeah, that's true. You cannot go full crazy. Hmm. And how will we do that? Yeah. Oh. Oh, maybe. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. Hmm. What's yeah. Oh boy. Like she can probably leak it to Ruin. Like. Okay. I hope that. Hmm. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, is it Karuzawa? Or who is it? That's the only person I see contacting him. Oh my god. Oh, great. Ugh, it's freaking Ruin. Well, so much for keeping a low profile. This is subtle. Nah, that's just him. That's just his personality. Okay. Oh my god, these guys. Uh, oh boy. Oh, they're in the middle. Okay, makes sense. Oh my god. Is that? Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me go to Ruin and yeah, fill him in with everything that happened here. Hmm. Probably needs to talk to Horikita. Ah. Oh no, wait. Oh, there she is. Hmm. Okay, she is right if you think about it like that. Damn. Wow, I did not expect her to say that. Okay. Can you please explain? Maybe not. Okay. No problem, man, because you can find it out on his own. None of your business, girl. Yeah. Yep. The way she says that. She probably doesn't even remember that much. Hmm. Bet. What? What? I don't think she is. Hmm. Maybe you're actually hiding here. One of the eight. Oh, okay, okay. Huh. Yeah, same for you as well. I was going to say that. What, like, oh, probably Ayanokoji. Like, who else? Like, he's the only one who knows about it. Oh no, it's. Oh, that's a good. That's a good. Wait. Ah, that's a good decision. I don't care. Yeah, true. Like, it's her responsibility. And I guess this also is kind of a way to prove it to her brother. Like, she like you've seen Horikita always trying to prove something to her brother, and this is another way to do that. Maths. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Oh wait, is he? Oh my God, is he like? Ah! Yeah. Okay. You know what? I was not expecting that. All right. Stop. She's going to. Well, she knew what she was doing. Oh yeah, fair enough. Which is? Hmm. Yep. You. She. Yeah. 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 True. He has. Like I said. Need the information. Information is power. Out with it. Okay, let's hear it. What is this about? Moment of what? Okay. Flashback time. Hmm. Yeah. Decipher recognition. Okay. Makes sense. Like, her personality is kind of like that. We see limit. Yeah, there will always be someone who's better than you. Oh boy. Nobody else wanted to do. Oh. Ah. Damn. So she just wants to be in the spotlight. All right. Yeah. True. Oh my god, stop. Okay, yo, I don't want to see any. Okay, I don't want to see any. Okay, stop. Oh my god, I knew this was coming. Oh, great. Okay, okay. Outlet. What? You act so hard. Oh my god, wait, what? Did someone find out? Oh, that's why she completely. Uh. Oh my god, alright. Okay, so what did he do to completely destroy the. How did. Oh! Oh my god. Yeah, obviously all the secrets are with her. Yeah. Yeah, that's the whole class meltdown that happened. Hmm. Okay, interesting. Hmm. Okay, yeah. So now what she's doing? Verbally. Who's she? Alone? Oh, okay. That's what Ainogoji saw. Hmm. Okay. Desire for recognition. Yeah. All right. Damn. Okay, I was just saying, I wonder what her actual deal is, the real reason. Yeah, I'm okay. We have the 100% story now, so yeah, I can probably talk about the whole situation now. I'll give the short version now, and then I'll go deeper into it. But I think, ooh, I can't call her. I cannot call her evil. I cannot, like, because her situation is actually like a, like like how different people have different things that they like. Her whole situation is something like that. The thing that she likes is just people, like, like fussing over her, saying how she's helpful, and like her being the center of attention and the nice girl. That's what she likes, and that's what she tries to do. But like she said, doing all of that brings in its own fair share of stress. So that, to counteract that or to vent that out, she did the whole block thing, which backfired by the end. So okay, that's it. So there you go. So that's basically it. Like, she likes something, which, like, if you think of it in a, like, the more simple way, you could say that maybe she, like, let's take a thing that will hit close to what a few people like us might have experienced. Let's take anime, for example. Like, I'm not talking about now, but when anime, like, was very new, and let's just take like 10 years ago. Watching anime in itself was something that a lot of people hid, if you remember those days. And a lot of people were, number one, ashamed. Number two, felt like, kind of like, that people will make fun of them, people might bully them, that type of a thing. That's why they used to keep watch, like, the whole fact that they watch anime or love anime to themselves, and did not let anyone else know about it. So in doing that, like, they liked anime, so they did that, like, and like hid all of those things. But if some way or the other, somehow the classmates somehow got to know about their hobbies, obviously the whole, like I said, everything that they thought would happen to them would start. People will make fun of them, or, like, kind of make, what do you call it, what do you call, make fun of them, bully them, yeah, bully them, and a lot of things would happen. And that, if the secret came out, that those people, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have had to face. So it's kind of like that, if you think about it. For Kushida, obviously it's not anime, it's this kind of a thing where she likes being in the center of spotlight and making people think that she is a good person. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, yeah, like, who doesn't want to be in the center of attention? Everyone wants that in one way or the other, I think. But like, for other people, even if they are not in the center of attention, it doesn't bother them. However, for Kushida, this was some kind of like, this is something that actually bothered her whenever she was not getting enough, like, like, uh recognition, or, like, not being the good girl kind of a character in front of everyone else, and not getting, like, people praising her, all these things, it used to bother her probably. That's why she continued to do that. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's nothing, not something bad. What I thought, like, maybe, like, like I said, like, I'm not going to judge her unless and until I get to know her whole story. What I thought was maybe she was, like, doing something bad or something like that. But now that we have the whole story here, I don't think being the center of, being, like, having the urge to be in the center of attention or making other people recognize her and all that stuff is not that bad. But obviously there is a big problem which is attached to this whole situation, is how she wants to be the center of attention, but at the same time she doesn't want to, like, go to the effort to do that. Like she said, it's a pain to do good things. Like we saw the scene where she's, like, bringing in, like, what do you call it, those those cans, those soft drink cans, and giving it to her friends and stuff like that. Maybe some of the students were like, oh, Kushida, like, I'm unable to do the homework, like, I'm so stupid, can you help me out? And Kushida would probably be like, yeah, sure, why not? While she probably had some other plans. She had to play the good girl, like, like that type of a thing. That's why she was like, yeah, I'll help you out, no problem. And everyone would be like, oh, look at her, like, what a nice person. Like, even whenever we come with any kind of problem to her, she always, like, helps us out. Even though she herself might have, like, something else to do at that time, she always helps out her friends. Like, what a nice person, what a saint. And like, and she would be like, yes, this is what I want. But at the same time, in her heart, she would be like, what the hell is this? Why am I doing this? Like, I have my own things to do, and this is what I'm doing just so to, like, be that person. So this brings in, like, a whole, like, complicated, like, feeling inside of her. She wants to be in the center of attention, but at the same time she doesn't want to be doing all of these things. So there you go. That's where this whole, like, blog thing came out. She had to, like, take out all those stress somewhere. That's why she did the blog, which in itself backfired by the end of it, and it became a complete mess. So yeah, now, like I said, in a, like, as a whole, I think the whole situation that happened here, the whole class meltdown that happened here and everything, it's something that, like, I'm going to be a little bit harsh here. It's something that the class deserved. Like I said, I'll be a little bit harsh here, because what actually bothered me in that whole, like, when they were telling us the whole situation, Kushida was telling the whole situation, is how her friends actually blamed her and said stuff like, oh, so she was not that good, like, all of these things that she has been doing that, but at the same time she has also been, like, saying bad things about us behind our back. And, like, I can understand, they should be pissed. I'm not saying that's a problem. Like, they definitely should be pissed. And, because if you suddenly realize, like, oh, the person you trusted is actually bad mouthing you behind your back, you'll obviously be pissed. But at the same time, I cannot accept the fact that they themselves were also the ones who took unfair advantage of her, whatever it is, like, like, fabricated or whatever it is, her kindness, like, be it fabricated kindness or genuine kindness, whatever kindness it was, they took advantage of that. And at the same time, they have the audacity to actually blame her about being nice, where they themselves also took advantage of that. That's what bothers me. That's why I'm saying I'm being a little bit harsh, but I feel like what happened to the class was deserved. Because, yeah, you took all the help, you took her kindness, and then when something like this comes out, you're bad mouthing her, you're blaming her, and like, and saying, like, oh, like, like, whatever she did was all because of that, like, she's a bad person. Like, get angry, I don't care about that, like, you can get angry, you can, like, say something like, to that person, like, in front of them, like, like, they can go and say to Kushida, like, oh, you were like this, why did you do it like this, like, weren't we friends, like, that's okay. But what they did is, like, blamed her about, like, how she was nasty, and they started, like, bad mouthing her, everyone at the same time, even though they themselves took advantage of her kindness, was something that's not sitting well with me. But like I said, like, this has, like, a lot of things kind of connected to it. Like, for example, I don't believe that each and everyone in the class badmouthed her at the same time. I don't believe that. There must be one or two person who probably was someone who actually realized, like, oh yeah, you know what, I guess I feel bad because I thought she was my friend, but she was actually not my friend. She has been bad mouthing me behind my back. I feel hurt, but at the same time, I cannot blame her because, like, I also took her help. So I'm pretty sure there must be one or two person within that class who thought of it like that. So they became a victim as well of this whole situation. That's one thing that I think was obviously like they got they got involved in the crossfire of this whole situation. So these are the things that I'm like, yeah, that's bad, that shouldn't have happened. But at the same time, all as a whole, I feel like here, this what happened in this whole situation, everyone deserved some way or the other what happened. Even Kushida deserved what she got, even all the students deserved what they got. And I feel like this was just karma hitting them, everyone, Kushida and all the other students. So yeah, that's my whole opinion on this. So now I can probably, like I said, judge Kushida based on this whole situation. This is a complicated, like I said, situation, because even if I say that, oh, you know what, fine, that happened that time, hopefully she changes from here onwards. But I also know that I cannot say that because I doubt she'll change. This is something that's like, I don't know, that's like her whole personality is like this. So I don't know, I'm actually trying to find a solution to her whole problem, but I'm actually not finding any. Like, I'm trying to find some way so that she can get what she wants, and at the same time, no one is hurt. Like, she can get her recognition, but at the same time, no one is hurt. Oh, you know what I found? I found probably a loophole as to how to change this situation for the better. Let's do it like this. Kushida obviously wants recognition, wants like people to recognize her, people to fuss over her, people to be say like, oh, you're good, you're a nice person. And at the same time, while doing that, she gets frustrated, her stress builds up, and she needs to get that out somewhere. She cannot do the whole block thing now. So what she should do here is have one or two friends who actually knows about her actual personality. Like, obviously Horikita is here, Ayano is also here, and let's take these two, have these two friends and actually vent about the whole situation to them. Obviously, this is, like I said, this is a loophole, this is not a cure. This is just, I'm like trying to patch the wound, in a very messy way. I'm not curing the wound, I'm just patching it up. But this is the only way I can see that this situation can be brought in a proper direction, in a positive direction. Is that, like, what's this going to do is, obviously Kushida is going to get what she wants. Is like, she will be the center of attention. Obviously everyone will be like, oh, what a nice girl, that's going to happen. Obviously her stress is going to build up, and she's just going to go to Horikita and Ayano and vent about it, talk about it, and get it out of her system. And back, and she'll be back, kind of like her whole personality, not personality, but her whole mood will be resetted after that. Next day she'll be again ready for like a new day, and she can again help out other people, and they can say that, oh, you're a nice girl, and obviously the stress will build up again, and again she'll go to Horikita and Ayano to vent about it, get the stress out. I don't know, I can only see this as one way, potential way that everything could be okay. But like I said, this is not a cure, this is just patching up the wound. And yeah, you're just kind of like, you're not curing the problem, you're just trying to patch it up, and that's basically this whole situation. But this is the only way I can find it. Another way she can do something like this is that she actually tells everyone, like, yeah, I want to help you out, but you know what, this is something that I am getting stressed out to do this, or this is something that I don't want to do. So can you please compromise here? I want to help you out, like this. But I don't see her doing that, so that's why I'm scratching that out. This is the only way I can see this going. It's not a perfect cure, but at the same time, it is going to kind of keep the whole thing under control. So yeah, so there you go. Like, that's my whole thing, like, about Kushida. Yeah, this situation is like, I cannot blame her about this, and at the same time, like, she also deserved what she got. But at the same time, she also did not deserve what she got. Like, it's a weird thing, like, this is a problem which is a little bit difficult to, like, to make it right. But yeah, you know what? She should become a YouTuber. If she's able to do it properly. She'll get so much recognition and so much, like, like, everyone will be like, oh, what a nice person, like, and that'll be like worldwide. But obviously it also brings its fair share of hate and, like, but I don't know, like, like, seeing her personality and like how she kind of presents herself, I don't think anyone will hate on her, even if she starts like a YouTube thing or whatever. I don't know, I'm just saying, Oh boy. Anyways, okay. So wait, another thing. I was able to find another thing, another, like, possible counter, like, like, another way she can make this okay. Like, she only focuses on one thing. If she tries to, like, make everyone happy, why not focus in only one thing? Like, for example, let's take whatever, like, like, topic that she likes. Like, there must be something that she genuinely enjoys doing. So let's take that only and make other people, like, everyone who's having trouble with it, help them out with that. Since she likes that herself, she wouldn't get stressed out doing it, and everyone will be happy. Like, I think that's also another way that she can do it. Obviously, her fame and recognition will be a lot more limited. Only those people who have that problem will come to her and get her help. But she'll not accumulate any stress if she does something like that, because she herself generally enjoys doing that. So I don't think you get stressed out if you do something that you genuinely enjoy. So I guess that's also another way if you can look at it. But anyways, I'm thinking too much about this. I'll let the thinking I'll let the think, like, Anukoji do the thinking in the next few episodes. I'm sure he'll try to do something, because here's the thing. Anukoji's main goal, I think, is to make the whole class cooperate. And actually, like, like, the whole thing that she did with Horikita and Sudo, basically because of that, she wanted them to cooperate, think about everyone else, and make the class collectively strong. Kushida, it is true, like what Horikita said, Kushida is also an integral part of this class. He's also a big asset. So I'm pretty sure Anukoji will somehow try to bring her in and somehow solve her problem. I'm kind of curious how he's going to do that. Like I said, the solutions that I gave, in this discussion section, I'll see if Anukoji actually tries to apply any of it, in this whole situation. I'll see, because that's all that I can think of. All those things that I said, like, have two friends vent about it to them. That's like the main solution that I came up with. And also, like I said, like, do something that you genuinely like, so you'll not get stressed, or, like, something like that, or come clean with it to everyone. Be like, oh, like, I like helping you guys, but you know what, I'm getting stressed out now. Like, any of these solutions that I said, let's see if Anukoji actually applies any of it. But anyways, all right, enough about that. Let's talk about this episode. So in this episode, we begin with where is it? Okay, we begin with the group, like, the study group pairing up. Like, they kind of divided the class into like 3 groups, I think. Yeah, 3, or was it 2? Wait, no, 2, I think. No, they changed it, and grouped it into 2 group. One will be done by Horikita, one will be done by Hirata, and Kushida will look at both the groups. And something like that they decided to do. But by the end, Anukoji also ended up having his own mini group, because these 2 students, what's their name? Oh, before that, we also saw Kushida kind of looking at her phone and going out. Obviously, that was probably Ryuen contacting her. Anukoji saw that. Now, okay, who are this? Oh, and oh my god, Sato, obviously. Okay, Miyake and Hasabe. Okay, Miyake is the guy, Hasabe is the girl. Hasabe Haruka, Miyake Akito. Okay, I don't think I'll remember their names, but I'll try. Okay, so these two, they are like, you know what, all the problems that we have are kind of the same, you know, like we have problems in the same section, so we won't be able to help out each other. So we need another group or like something else. Like I was thinking like, why don't they switch or exchange with some other group, you know, some other person. But you know, Horikita decided that no, not to do it like that, but Horikita was like, Ayanokoji, you help out. Oh no, sorry. She didn't ask Hanakoji. Sorry, Yukimura came in. Yukimura's like, I'll help you out. Okay, yeah, that's what happened. And obviously, we know Yukimura is like, you know, intelligent, and he can help out in these type of situations. And he kind of said that I don't like the fact that, you know, like I wasn't able to do anything in the sports festival, and the person that I had least faith in was the one who ended up helping us out, which obviously is something that he was probably ashamed about, because, you know, he kind of, I remember him saying something like, oh, no one's going to, you know, follow you, Sudo, which is fair. Like, you know, like I don't blame him, because the way Sudo was acting there, like anyone would have said that. But I think he himself probably finds a little bit guilty about that whole situation. He thinks like, oh, I said that, and like, you know, he was the one who helped us out in the end. So he thinks like, like, you know, like let me do this here, let me help out the class, and like, you know, this is the part where I can help. So he is going to take like, you know, like help out these two, Hasebe and I forgot his name already. Anyways, these two, and it's like, yeah. Now after that, Horikita told Ayanokoji, like, you know, discreetly. She says like, I want you guys, you to take part in Yukimura's study group and keep an eye on them, you know, like, and like, you know, see if there's any problem happening over there. Like, she's not telling him to, like, you know, look at their studies. She's saying like, keep an eye on them and see that everything's going smoothly, because, you know, she is like, she knows Ayanokoji can do stuff properly, and he's pretty capable. And then there was this random Sakura staring at them, and I don't know what that was about. Yeah, we know like Sakura likes Ayanokoji, but yeah. Oh god. Now next we see them in like a cafe or someplace, yeah, where they're like doing the study session. And okay, Hasebe was like Ayanokoji, like I've never seen you, like, you know, like you're always like invisible to the whole class or something. Like, you know, we don't see you talking. It's the first time I'm seeing you talking. And the other guy was like, oh, but he ran in the race, you saw that? And she's like, no, I was in the washroom, I didn't know about it. So yeah. Now okay, so here, like, something happens. They suddenly see someone like arguing with the shop, like, you know, the person in the register, or the shopkeeper. Yeah, like they were like, oh, what is this birthday, what is this cake, or something, complaining about the cake or something. And here Ayanokoji remembers that it's actually going to be his birthday a few days later or something like that, I'm guessing. I wonder why they said that. Maybe there'll be some kind of a plot, something related to his birthday, we'll see. But yeah, he just informed us audiences that it is going to be his birthday, so I'm guessing it'll be important later on. Okay, now they talk about the whole situation as to what is going to happen, you know, how class C is going to be making the questions. Now there's one thing I don't like. I understand, like they obviously know that class C will be targeting them, but I don't get one thing is, why are they completely disregarding the fact that some other class might also try to put some question, like, you know, like towards them, and then it'll end up being in a lottery, and there'll be a 50-50 chance of either class C or that other class this question paper coming to us. Similar to that, we giving our question paper to, like, you know, targeting it to class C would also might not work if some other class tries to do that. It'll go through the whole lottery thing. Like, they're convinced that class C will be the one making the question. I don't understand that part. Like, why are they so convinced about that? Like, maybe they're just not thinking about it, I don't know. But anyways, like, yeah, like obviously, like, this is like a 50-50 chance. Like, worst case scenario, it might be 33% chance if some other class also aims at the same class. Like, you know, like class C, for example, class A, B, and D, all of them targets class C. If that happens, which is like, you know, very less chance, like, you know, that's like very less chance of happening that. But still, there is a chance of that happening. So there'll be like a 33% chance because the lottery will have 3 classes. Why not that? Like, why are people not thinking about it? I don't know. Or maybe they are thinking about it, they're just not telling us. Who knows? We'll see. But anyways, yeah, they talk about how class C might make weird questions and all that. And but like, you know, they do know that everything will have to go to the school. They'll actually, like, you know, kind of cross check it whether the questions are okay or not. And yeah, after that, like, you know, it's going to come to us. So yeah, that's one thing, that's like a good thing. And at the same time, that is also going to become like an obstacle for us because we won't be able to also ask some crazy questions. We need to know the line of, like, an acceptance, which Ayano is the one who kind of mentioned it. I think he's like, yeah, we actually need to know the threshold point of which questions would be acceptable and which will be not. And as soon as we get to know that threshold line, you know, everything will be fine. We'll be able to do questions, like, you know, like, and we'll be able to make appropriate questions, and yeah, those will be accepted. And he tells how he has a way of actually determining that. And okay, he says we need to prepare some questions that seem on the dicey side, and see what the school has to say about them. Okay, so wait, I'm guessing, okay. So if some questions are rejected, then I'm guessing they're going to come back to us and we'll have to change the questions. I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. So basically, we're going to make a question paper, give it to the school. If the school sees like there's like 1 or 2 questions which are not okay, they'll be like, oh, change these 2, and return it back to us, and then we'll have to change those 2 and give it back again. They'll again check it and they'll be like, all right, it's fine, or something like that. And if it's still not fine, they'll be like, no, change this. I think that's what's going to happen. So what Ayano says here is they're going to actually deliberately use some dicey questions because they're confirmed that will not be accepted. So they will be able to learn the actual threshold point of the question, you know, like difficulty. So I'm guessing what they'll do is actually like make some like, you know, like actually include like a very crazy question, you know, then have like a little tamer question, another question which is a little bit more tamer, and like this they'll like actually put in questions which have like varying difficulty, you know, like one will be like extremely difficult, one will be kind of difficult, one will be less difficult, and one will be difficult, and the final one will be normal, you know, like something like that. So what's going to happen is the school is going to check it, and the school will obviously reject the ones which are too crazy. Like, for example, they might actually reject the first 2, they'll reject it, and they'll be like, oh, the other ones are fine. That's how they'll be able to determine the threshold point, you know, like, you know, because all the questions have like varying level of difficulty. So if these 2 are out, so from this question it's fine, so we can, like, you know, they'll be able to get to know the range, and then they might actually even give more tries to, like, you know, test and give a better understanding, get a better understanding of how the difficulty works. Like, the 3rd question is acceptable, the 2nd question is not acceptable. So they, after that, after getting it back, they'll include a question which will be having a difficulty between these 2 over here. If that is accepted, then it's fine. If it's not, then we'll have to lower it again. So maybe like that they're going to do like a trial and error method. I guess that's what they're going to do. That's what Ayano is saying. Here we go. Whether or not they accept those questions will give us our answer. There you go. That's what I said. So that's what they're trying to do. And okay, now he asks like how the questions are coming, the question composition. And here, obviously, the biggest question that every one of us had, and also Ayano had, is like, what about Kushida? You know, you and Hirata are doing it, it's fine, but she's also part of this. What about her? And I think Horikita says something like, she is helping us out, but we're not letting her know about the questions. So yeah, here we go. She's not involved in coming up with the questions for class C, is she? Yeah. And she's like, yes, we're keeping a close eye on her. We're keeping that close to our chest. Now, she does say that it doesn't solve our problem, which is what I said. Like, you know, this problem is still there, the whole Kushida problem. And Oh, sorry. Okay. After that, she says like you come and help me out as well when Yukima's group is not having a me study group because there's so many people. And I'm also having trouble with it. So okay, and all this was happening, and then suddenly Ruben messages him, and he's like, "Who are you?" or something like that. And yeah, I'm like, well, there you go. That's a problem. So yeah, Ruben is obviously suspecting him. We know that. Okay, now the next scene is where we see Ayano Koji in the other group, in Horikita's group, helping them out. Sato's there, and oh, I think Karuizawa is in another group, in I think Hirata's group. Yeah, obviously makes sense. Like, and since it's Karuizawa is there, Hirata will be there. So okay, now after that, okay, obviously Sato's like kind of trying to kind of like talking nicely with Ayano Koji, and she's like, and oh god, after like obviously Horikita's like stop doing that, and everyone else was kind of gossiping about it, like, and making rumors and all that, and Horikita's like, stop doing that and concentrate on your stuff. And here we also kind of see like Sato being a little bit concerned about how Ayano Koji is talking with her. She's like, oh, am I bothering you? And I'm like, no, Ayano Koji is like this. He's just like, I don't think he's getting bothered. He's just like, it's okay, it's fine, whatever. That kind of a thing. And yeah, so, and after that we see like the whole study group ends. Kushida goes on her own way, and obviously Ayano Koji is still left. Sato does kind of invite him, like she's like, oh, come with me, and Ayano Koji is like, no, you go ahead, I have some things to do, because obviously he had to talk about stuff with Horikita. And the first thing they start talking about is obviously Kushida, and here I have to say I was kind of impressed by how Horikita actually kind of looked at this whole situation, and this shows how much she has changed. I said, I'm saying this again, but she changed a lot after that whole sports festival. She actually says something like, oh, if you think about it, Kushida is just a normal girl, something happened to her school, but she came here and she didn't want to do to get into any kind of a messy situation. She was keeping a low profile, helping everyone out, being a nice person. But because I came here and she knew that I was like in her middle school before, that is what the problem was, and she's tried to mess with everything, trying to it's like betraying all everyone, selling stuff, selling information to Ruben. So none of those would have happened if I did not come here. And she says, like, I was the one who stole her future from her. She could have had a very good time here. She could have had what can I say, like, she could have had like a genuinely good school life. Everyone would be would adore her. She would help everyone out, and yeah, that would be that. But I stole it from her, something like that, she says, which is, like I said, very surprising. Actually, I'm Horikita saying something like this, which shows her development. Now, at that moment, obviously, we did not know the whole story about Kushida. Now that we know the whole story about Kushida, I'll have to disagree about this, because I don't think whatever, even if Horikita did not come here, Kushida's own problem is that she gets stressed out with this whole thing, and someday or the other, she would have messed up. Just like how Ayano Koji saw her venting out her stress, in the middle of nowhere, like in that part, kind of just kicking that that thing at the middle of night. Maybe it would be someone else that would see that, and that person might actually spread the rumors or something. That could have happened, or something else could have happened. And yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, Horikita saying that I stole a future from her is not completely correct. Even if she did not come in this school, something would have happened sooner or later, and Kushida would have probably again fallen into the same problem, and she would have done the same thing. So yeah, I don't think anything would have changed if Horikita did not come to this school. And the main problem is not Horikita coming here, but the main problem lies with Kushida. Unless and until that gets resolved, nothing is going to help her out. But anyways, okay, now Horikita's like, you know what, this is my problem, I'll deal with it. I have a way to deal with it, and I'm going to do that. So she goes to Kushida's, like, like the classroom where she'd ask Kushida to come, and she's like, you know what, Kushida, like, what your problem is that I know about your past, and like I might be a threat to you. That's why you want me to get out of this school, don't you? And she says that okay, I have a solution for this. Let's make a bet. Like, we're going to compete in academics, and if I score higher than you in the final exam, I then you stop doing this. You stop betraying everyone. You'll actually help us out, become a nice person. If I lose, and I'll genuinely leave. I'll myself is going to get expelled, like on my own, and I'm going to get out of this school. So yeah, that's the whole thing. Now obviously Kushida's like, oh, like, you're just saying this, like who's going to, like, like if even if you lose and you just say that, oh, I don't care, like, I'm staying here, that promise is null and void. I can't do anything. And I'm like, that same thing applies to her as well. That's what I was going to say at that moment. Like, who's going to guarantee that she's going to keep her end of the her end of the her end of the promise. Yeah, promise. Her end of the promises. For a moment my brain, okay. So yeah, where's that guarantee? Like Kushida is telling this to Horikita, the same thing applies to her. So for this, I have to say, this was a really good decision by Horikita, actually involving her brother, because when she said, like, I have a witness who's going to keep an eye on this, who will know about this. So, and I thought, like, the only person I can see being a witness here is Ayano-koji, because he's the only one who knows about this situation. Who else can be the witness? That's why I was quite confident that Ayano-koji would be the witness here. Oh boy, turns out I was wrong. And the person who brought in as witness, I have to say, that's a very good decision. Because Manabu was the previous student council president, and I'm pretty sure he has some influence in the school. Even if he's graduated, still, I'm pretty sure he has. So he will be a best person for this. Now, one thing I have to say, let me go to that part where Manabu comes in. Like, Manabu comes in, she's actually genuinely kind of shook here. She's like, when Manabu's like, oh, you're Kushida, and Kushida's like, oh, you remember me. Now this part, is she talking about the fact that she remembers her as Horikita's friend, or is there some other connection between Kushida and Manabu? I'm not able to understand that, because she says that you remember me, question mark. This can mean two things. Number one, that obviously she's Horikita's friend. That's why she's saying, like, oh, you remember me, even though, like, I'm your sister's friend, and you have no obligation to remember my name. But you remember me because, like, he's a student council president. He was the... Is that what she means here? Or is she actually talking about something else? Like, they actually knew each other or something? I don't think it's I don't think that's what it is. I think it's the former, that she's Horikita's, so-called friend, and part of Horikita's class. That's why he remembers her. I think that's what she's actually asking about. Okay, Manabu says, I never forget a face. Okay, and Horikita says, this is the person I trust most in this school. Am I right in thinking that you trust him to some degree yourself? Which I'm guessing is she's saying that because he's the student council. He was the student council president. That's why she's saying, like, oh, I hope you also trust him to some extent. Okay, and she says, this whole thing between us, and he says, like, I don't care. I'm guessing she was probably a little bit kind of rattled, because she thought that, yeah, she brought him in. That means he knows about the whole situation, about her problem, and how, like, the whole meltdown thing that happened. And I'm guessing that's what she was asking Manabu, that the thing that happened between us. And he's like, I don't care, like, whatever happened to you, I don't care. Like, I'm just here because I'm here as, like, a third party, a neutral witness. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go in, kind of snoop in other people's backstories or judge them about what they did. That's not what I'm here for. And I'm pretty sure, like, like Horikita said, if this was some other person, Kushida would have probably not believed that person. But since this is the student council president, was the student council president, and Kushida also somewhat knows about his personality and everything. After he said that I don't care, she genuinely believed him. She's like, yeah, this is Manabu we are talking about. So I'm pretty sure he wouldn't try to snoop and get into my past and try to pass judgment on me. He's not that type of a person. That's why I'm guessing she believed, and she actually agreed for him to be the the witness, even though he's actually Horikita's brother. She knows that he will not do favoritism. That is the reason why. Okay, I was said to be a witness and no more. Okay, and she says like, but was like, wouldn't you feel bad? Your sister, if she loses, she's going to be out of the school. And he says like, no, like she's the one who proposed this. Like, that's all on her. Like, I'm just here as a witness. I don't care about anything other than that. And yeah. So, like I said, there's one thing going on about this whole situation. I have to say, Horikita's thing here is that she's actually trying to prove two things, like to two persons. First of all, obviously the whole thing with Kushida, she wants her to stop all of this, and for that to happen, she needs to do this. She needs to win. So that's why she gave this proposition to her. She accepted, and there you go. If she's able to make she's able to win this thing, Kushida will stop the betraying thing and everything will be fine. That's one good outcome. There's another thing that she's actually trying here, which I think is trying to prove something to Manabu. We've always seen her trying to prove a lot of things to Manabu, her own, what she's accomplished and everything. So I guess this is also another way of her to actually show Manabu that, yeah, look at this. I took my own decision. This is something that I decided, and I had a big thing online here, and I was able to overcome that and win. This is my accomplishment, and that's what she wants. And up until now, all the time that she has not been able to show her accomplishment properly to her brother, but this is a perfect opportunity. It's like getting two birds in one stone, something like that. So that's why I'm guessing she was kind of looking at Manabu and looking at Manabu, looking at him and probably thinking about all of that, yeah, this is my perfect opportunity to show my big brother. And when Kushida saw that, Kushida was like, you're really serious about this, huh, Horikita-san? And that's when she realized that, yeah, like she's not joking about it, and Manabu would not play any kind of other games. This is a completely neutral game that's going to happen. And yeah, whoever will win. That's basically it. Okay, and she chose maths. Okay. So yeah, like one subject only, obviously, because Horikita's good at everything, and obviously Kushida won't be able to surpass that. That's why only one subject of her choice. She chose maths, so I'm guessing she's best at maths. Okay, now now here is one part that caught me off guard as well, when Kushida was like, oh, I'm pretty sure you're also listening to this, aren't you, Ayano She's he's online on his phone, isn't he? And I'm like, wait, really? And then we see that's actually what's happening. I'm like, all right, makes sense, because Ayano is also knows about this situation. I really did not expect that happening. I thought Horikita would probably tell this to Ayano verbally, but he was just on his phone. So yeah, so she's like, all right, come to that designated place. I have something to talk about you too. Ayano, Horikita, and Kushida, they meet in some like a park or whatever, and she says you know what, let's add another little condition. If Horikita loses, then you'll also be out. You'll be expelled as well, because somewhat or some way or the other, Ayano also knows about her past. She also wants him out as well. And obviously Horikita was like, obviously I refuse. Like, what are you saying? We already have our bet. I'm not going to involve Ayano in this. But Ayano saw this as an opportunity. He's like, all right, fine. If you want to include that extra condition, I'll also include an extra condition, which is you tell us about your past, what actually happened, why that whole school meltdown and all that happened and everything. We already know some way or the other, some part of the whole story. we don't know the full story. So why does it matter to you? If we are expelled, we couldn't harm you. So tell us the story, and if you do that, then I am also going to be included in this whole situation. Like you're providing, like, like you're doing, like, and giving an extra condition, I'm also bringing up my extra condition. Fair enough. So yeah, and obviously Kushida's like, okay, fine, I'm going to talk about it. And she starts her story, and this whole section I kind of talked about in the beginning of the discussion section, where I talk about this whole situation, where Kushida is like, Kushida talks about the whole thing, about how her desire for recognition and everything, like everything that she desired, that was, she wanted to be in the spotlight, she wanted everyone to praise her, and like all that stuff. So while doing that, she realized that being the top is pretty difficult, so she cannot keep that on. Like when you are a child, you can probably do something very well. Like you can be, like, you can win in a lot of new things. Like you might be top in some kind of a category, and stuff like that. But as soon as you get older and older, there will be a lot of other people you'll meet, a lot of other competition, and you'll realize one day that you are not the best. There's always someone above you, unless and until you're that unparalleled genius who comes once in a blue moon in this world. You're that one genius who is the top. Unless and until that happens, yeah, obviously there will be someone above you. That's impossible, that you can do nothing about that. And she realized that, and she realized that, oh, in this way I'm not getting enough recognition, because there's always someone above me. They get praised, not me. So what should I do? And she realized another way to get more recognition is having kind of interacting with people, kind of making them helping them out, being their moral support, being their support, and generally doing good things to them and becoming a good friend to them. And she was like, oh, everyone's actually saying that I'm such a good person, everyone's thanking me, everyone's coming to me with their problems, everyone's deciding to rely on me, everyone's like, my praises are being sung everywhere. And she's like, oh, that's such a great feeling. And she says, it was a bliss. That's what she says. But everything has a different side of it. To do all of this, she has to go through a lot of problems on her own. Like I said, I brought in a few examples. For example, the thing that we saw, like her bringing in cans of soft drinks to her friends. Her friends probably said like, oh, Kushida, I'm tired, can you please bring my soft drink from the vending machine, please? And everyone else was like, oh, since you're going there, can you bring ours as well? And Kushida was like, yeah, sure guys, I'm fine with it, it's okay. And she goes to the vending machine. She's in her heart, she's like, what the hell is this? I'm pissed off. Why can't they go and bring their own things? Why am I always but outside she's like, yeah guys, it's okay, it's fine. And she brings it to them with that happy smile, while in her heart she's fuming. That's one. Another one, like I said, is oh, Kushida, can you please help me out with this homework? I cannot do it. And, I'm so dumb, And Kushida was like, yeah, it's okay, guys. It's fine. I'll help you, all of you out. And then someone else was like, oh, really? Okay, so let me, here's my problem. You can also help me out with this. And, this is everyday thing. Every day. And not only that, maybe someday they might be also oh, Kushida, we have to, the after school cleaning that everyone has to do, the duty that they get. They might be also oh, I have a appointment somewhere, I'm very busy. Can you please take, my place and do a little, to do the little thing that we have to do after class? And she's like, oh yeah, sure guys, it's okay. And there you go. She's stuck with it. So this is the dilemma. She wants the praise that she's getting, but at the same time, she doesn't want doing all of these things, because they're basically putting all their own responsibilities on her. Everything that they have to do, they're just pushing it on her. And by doing that, she's getting that praise. So this is the thing. She's getting stressed out. And she realized that. That's why she started doing the whole vlog thing, where she used to bring out her stress. And somehow someone was able to find it out. And I don't know how the hell they were able to do that. She said that they were able to realize it from the talking pattern or whatever. Where is it? My classmates happened to find my blog. I don't use any names, but based on what I said, they all knew who it was. I don't really understand how this is possible, unless and until someone hacked into your system and tracked your IP, like address or whatever. Unless and until someone does that, how can someone just say that, oh, you know what, that writing style is so similar to the way you talk, so I think it's you. Like, you don't have any proof. How can you how can you just say that? I don't understand this part. Like, unless and until you hack and have actual concrete proof. And why did everyone even believe that? Like, one person might say that. Why would anyone believe that? Because Kushida had such a good reputation. This part I'm really confused about. Like, how did this even happen? But I guess somehow it leaked out or something. But anyways, yeah, they got to know. And as Kushida said, like, this is what I also bring up in my discussion at the beginning. She says, my classmate found my blog. I didn't okay, there you go, that. And they found out all the awful things I said about everyone in the class. So I knew that's how it had to be. This is what I was saying in the beginning, like, it's fine. They found out what she has been doing. That's okay. Like, nothing you can do about it. She was bad mouthing them. They got to know. Obviously, they'll be disappointed in her. That's not the thing here. The problem here is what she says after that. But they really gave me an earful about it. After everything I'd done for all of them. There you go. This is the part what I said that, yeah, this is the part where I have a problem with. That's why I said I'm being a little bit harsh, but I think everyone deserved what they got. Kushida deserved what she got. The classmates deserved what they got. And this was like karma hitting them. That's basically what happened. And Kushida says, after everything I've done from them, they just turned on me. Even the boys who said they liked me, the girls I comforted when their boyfriends dumped them. I mean, it's not like okay, never mind that. But yeah, there you go. That's the whole thing. Even after taking help from her, taking advantage of her kindness, after seeing that has a hidden side to it, they're actually turning on her, which is such a disgusting way of actually doing it. I understand if you're hurt about it, but you should also realize that you took advantage of that. You were also part of this whole thing. So how can you blame her after this? So there you go. That's why I said everyone, some way or the other, deserved what they got. But like I said, there might be some one or two person who genuinely did not blame her. They also got caught in the crossfire, which is obviously unfair to them. But anyways, okay, so what she did here is she actually broke the whole classrooms, like the whole thing. Like, she's the person who everyone relied on, so she knew all the secrets. She actually just told everyone about it. Which person liked which person did what, which person talks bad about which person, and all that stuff. And they started fighting against each other, which is obviously, it makes sense. Like, they reacted this badly when Kushida's hidden part came out. So obviously, if all the other classmates' hidden parts also come out, they're also all obviously going to fight with that as well, making that an issue. So yeah, everyone's attention got diverted from Kushida, and yeah, they just self-destructed, everyone. And there you go. And then she's like, yeah, like, this is what they deserved, and everyone stopped praising me, so it's their fault. Basically that. And Horikita is like, Hanako is just listening to it. A powerful but a double-edged sword is the truth. And she also says that I don't know much about Class D, but there are a few people who I know something that might completely just destroy their life. So yeah, I have that with me. And she says that my problem was actually venting my stress on the internet, because there's a lot of way to get to know about all that. But yeah, I've stopped doing that, and now I'm venting all my stress verbally. But I don't really understand. This also has a lot of ways that people can find out. Like, I understand the whole thing about the internet stopping. I understand that reasoning, that yeah, internet There's a lot of ways a lot of people might actually get to know that I'm the one doing it. But what she's doing now is also has a very big, like even more opportunity of people knowing that she's the one, because Anukoji himself found out. She's just in the middle of the street. She's just kicking like one of those things. Like I don't remember what she was kicking, but she was kicking something, and just cursing, at the top of her lungs. So, and Anukoji saw that. So this is also has a very, very big opportunity of people realizing that she's doing it. Like someone might actually come across that situation. I don't see how this is a better idea, but I guess, yeah, that's what she thinks. So okay, now she says in the end, she says that Horikita says you'd go that far just for, like, I can understand what Horikita is saying, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people who see this episode will also have the same opinion. They'll be like, oh, just for that you're doing all of this, but like I said, what she does here is also like a thing. Like a lot of people have different things that they like. She likes people getting praised. Her way of doing things is extremely twisted, obviously, and I'm pretty sure she has some problems in that situation. And I think that there must be something going on with her family, because she talks about how she loves getting praised. So this thing, unless and until there's some kind of a problem with her family, I don't see someone ending up like this. Like everyone's no one's born bad. Some on their way, on their journey in life, something happens which might twist some person and they become someone bad. So I don't know, maybe Kushida also had something like that. Like I said, Horikita's reaction here is understandable. She's like, oh, you're doing this just for that. But at the same time, I can also see this from, if you look at it from Kushida's perspective, she just wants to get praised. That's all she wants, and she's kind of very serious about it. And she just is very what can I say, very obsessive in that regards. And she's like, oh, I'm going to destroy everyone's life who gets to know my secret, that type of a thing. So yeah, I don't know, I have nothing to say. What she's doing is obviously wrong, but at the same time, yeah, I cannot just blame her, because that's just her, I guess. Anyways, but and she says yeah, well, it is my purpose in life. My whole life, there's nothing I've loved more than being noticed and praised. There you go. That what I said. That's her obsession. Everyone has, a lot of people has a lot of obsessions. A lot of obsessions are tame. A lot of obsessions are fine, but there's also a lot of obsessions which kind of go in a very dark direction. And her obsession is nothing that serious. She just wants to be praised. But at the same time, what she does, if she doesn't get praised, is in itself quite scary. And yeah, that's her problem here. But nothing wrong with getting praised. Everyone wants a little bit of praise. Okay. My whole life, there's been nothing I've loved more than being noticed and praised. When someone reveals secrets to me that they haven't told anyone, I feel something welling inside me that defies every imagination. Here's the funny thing. Everything that she says, I'm pretty sure everyone feels that. But for her, it's in an extreme extent, and she's obsessive about it. I'm pretty sure what she says, I feel something welling inside me that defies even imagination. I'm pretty sure whenever, any one of us, if some of our friends actually confides in us, tells them about our secret, we also feel a little bit nice. We'll be oh, I'm actually someone special to that person, because that person is actually telling us a secret that they never told anyone else. I'm pretty sure that everyone goes through that and everyone feels that. The problem with her is she's too obsessive about it. She's like, oh, this is my life goal or whatever, and I need that, otherwise I won't be able to survive. That type of an obsessive desire towards that is her problem. And obviously, like they say, everything is good at small quantities. Whenever you get obsessive about something, nothing is good. You don't become like that. That's the path towards destruction, if you get obsessed about something. And that's basically what's happening to her. All the feelings that she's feeling, everyone feels that, but she's feeling that to an extreme degree, which is actually kind of concerning. That's the basic thing here. Okay. I love how Anko is just looking at her. Like Horikita's concerned, and Anko is like, all right, you know. And he says like a monster created by the desire for recognition. My past is really nothing special, you see. Yeah, it's definitely nothing special, you know. But it's everything to me. Now obviously she, in the end, she gives like a warning. She's like, yeah, like, don't forget that, like if you lose, you're getting out of here. So is Ayanokoji. So yeah, keep that in mind. So that's where it ends. So there you go, a fantastic episode, and we got more information on Kushida, and the whole thing came out into the light. Like I said, this was my opinion about Kushida. This is how I was able to judge her character. If you have anything you want to let me know about that, or if you want to disagree or agree with my opinion, let me know in the comment section, because I am quite curious about what other people think about Kushida and how they see her. This is how I see her, like I talked about it. So there you go. So that's it. Thanks for watching. This was my reaction to Classroom of the Elite season 2 episode number 8. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And that is it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Classroom of the Elite. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.